All right, it is Saturday morning. I'm whispering because Dan's still sleeping. It is exactly 6 a.m. On Saturdays, it is Train Like an Athlete Day and now half marathon training day. So I actually have to get in a couple of miles before I meet up with my training partners and run a little bit more. So I'll show you guys my breakfast, what I've got going on, and then I pretty much head out the door as soon as I can get myself cleaned up and ready to go. Coffee, it's a must. Just regular coffee with a little bit of milk, some graham crackers, and leftover eggs from dinner last night, and leftover potatoes. So I'm not gonna do anything fancy, super easy in the stomach, and then I'll eat a lot more when I'm done running. Okay, I can be a little bit louder now. Dan was still sleeping. I didn't want to wake him up on a Saturday morning, but I figured I'd film today. You guys seemed to really like last week's video, so I figured, why not do that again? This time I'm going to show what a weekend looks like for me. So it's Saturday morning. I'm training for a half marathon right now. So normally on Saturdays, I train with a group of ladies a little bit later in the morning. But because I'm doing a half marathon, I've got to get out there a little bit earlier and knock out a couple of miles. And then I give myself about 45 minutes of rest between workouts to let myself recover. So I'm going to try to knock out about 5 to 6 miles this morning. But I also hate that I got here at the same time last week and it was already light. So I'm going to wait about 5 or 10 minutes before I get going because safety first. I always try to wonder, like, if my mom were watching this, would she be mad at me? So I make sure to keep everything safe. And then I'm going to go knock out the miles. Then after that, then I've got my group training, which it might just be me and my friend Erin because I think everybody else is either out of town or they've just got busy stuff going on today. And then after that, I've got to go straight to our studio because we have Kettlebell Clinic, which is a 90-minute long kettlebell training program class for new clients or clients that haven't been through it before, just to help like tailor kettlebell skills because kettlebells are a super important part of our studio. So teaching them like the swing and cleans and snatches and get-ups. So I'll have that going on today. Then I've got to make balls for our studio, protein balls, which I do every other week. Then I need to work on Fit Women's Weekly. If you've never been at Fit Women's Weekly, make sure to go check that out, fitwomensweekly.net. Shameless plug, I know. And then I think it's Clemson football time, so I'll be cooking and getting ready for that, which will just be hanging out at our house by that point because I'll be dead. So if you like these style of videos, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will check back in with you guys either maybe during the run or after the run because there's just something about Charleston that is so beautiful in the morning. So I'll try to share a couple of I'll try to share some images of the Charleston sunrise as I get going, but I'm going to wait a couple of minutes, but where I'm at is a really safe spot. So I'll get out and show you guys right now some of the area. Okay. I know I said that I was going to get started, you guys, but seriously, I went into the porta potty for maybe 30 seconds and came out, and look how much brighter it already is. Okay. Now I'm going to run that way where the sun normally comes up and see if I can see any amazing views for you guys. All right, wish me luck. This is a rough week of training, so I'm hoping my legs feel a lot better now. You know the drama is never ending. Don't let it get the best of you. And all the fake friends just keep pretending. That's how the little things get huge. Paralyzing every pore. Oh, you feel it taking over you. To the center of your core. The lies are getting overused. When you are under the weather, getting caught in the storm. Do you remember? I'm at my turnaround place. It's one of the prettiest places in Charleston, so I wanted to show you guys. Look at that sun. It's amazing. And I ran from over there. Oh, so beautiful. So if you're curious, the Cooper River Bridge, aka the Ravenel Bridge, is over there behind that ugly cruise ship. Over there is Mount Pleasant. That's actually where I was born and raised. Over there, way over there, you can kind of see the lighthouse, is Sullivan's Island. Over there is Fort Sumter. Whew. And then there is the famous Pineapple Fountain. And then that water fountain over there, where as kids, we used to come and just get wet, run through, and I know pretty much every other kid does it now. It's fun to see my nieces do it. So that is your run tour of Charleston. I am now going to turn around and see if I can go back faster than I came, since I stopped a couple of times
to shoot these little bee footage videos. So wish me luck. And yeah, that's about it. Once I get back, I will be just kind of going around walking and resting until it is time for my next workout. Whew. All right, first run done. Now I got about an hour to rest before my second more intense speed run, though it's gonna be a lot shorter. So yeah, that's the day so far. I did get back faster. I got back like 2 minutes faster, which makes sense because it probably took me a total of 2 minutes to do all the little bee footage that I did. So yeah, legs feel good, body feels good. Do a little shakeout walk for about 45 minutes and then get started again. Almost done with our run. Sometimes you have good days, sometimes you have bad days. That was a bad day. I had to stop, started to get nauseous, pale, had to stop and get some water. But I think all in all, I'm over 14 miles for the day. So done. Taking a quick video. Say hey. Hi. You guys, running partner number 1, Erin. We just finished, we don't know how many miles. A lot. I was on the struggle bus. She rocked it. But yeah, now I'm gonna stop at the gas station on the way to the studio and pick up some crackers or water or something.
Yeah.
Do you drink electrolytes while you're running?
No.
No.
Probably should.
Yeah. But we're thinking we probably got around 7 miles, 6.5 to 7 miles. So
Wow.
that takes, yeah, for you. I mean, I'm at 25,000 steps for the day already.
Yeah.
It's 9 a.m. I'm gonna retire. Not really. I have to go teach at the studio, which I will see you guys there. Bye. I'm officially pretty dead. I've gone over 14 miles, 25,000 steps, and it's only 10:30. And then at 11 in the morning, I've got to teach a kettlebell clinic here at the studio, like I said. But I'm super excited about that. I love how excited people get to learn the mechanics of kettlebells and to improve on it. But before I go in, I thought that I would answer a couple questions that I've been getting since I was just doing half marathon training, and I've been getting questions about half marathon training. The most popular question that I get is, why do I feel like it's important that I stay in shape enough to be able to do a half marathon? I mentioned on a recent podcast that Dan and I always have told each other that we should always be in half marathon shape. So people are like, well, why? Really, it's just part of being in overall health for us. I want to be able to do fun events when they're brought up. Now, being in half marathon shape to me does not mean being able to go out and do a PR. Half marathon shape generally just means I could go run a half marathon without getting an upset stomach, without feeling like I'm going to be dead for the entire week after, meaning I can recover fast. Doesn't mean that I've got to go at a pace that I'm crushing it. I just want to be comfortable running a half marathon. And really the main reason is because events happen, you know, opportunities arise, and I don't want to say no to something because I can't physically do it, if that makes sense. Earlier this year, I had a friend who came to me with a bib for a 9-mile race. I had not been running very often, but again, being in cardiovascular health is important to me, so I accepted the bid and I was able to run it. No big deal. Was it hard? Yeah, of course it was, but I was able to start and finish without having any walking breaks. So that's why it's important to me. I just want to be able to, quote unquote, live my fitness. I want to be able to stay in fit enough shape that I can go out and do opportunities, fun events, fun races with my friends, and not have to turn things down because I don't have enough time to train for them. So that's the answer to that. The next question is, if I love strength training so much, why do I do races? Because they're fun to do from time to time. I don't do a lot of races. A couple years ago, I actually ran a race every single month for the entire year. Then I got more into my strength training, and that's really my number one thing. But it doesn't hurt you to change things up from time to time. So if that means training for one race for 10 weeks of the year, that's okay. Yeah, my strength's probably going to suffer. In fact, I feel like it already is suffering a little bit, but I'm getting faster. So my cardio is getting stronger. My strength is getting a little bit weaker, but when the race is over, I'll change back to focusing more on my strength training and life will get back to where it was. So yeah, you know, your fitness is going to change, your desires are going to change, your interests are going to change, and you just kind of go with it. You're going to go back and forth with things. That's just part of living a fit life. I can't focus 100% of strength for the rest of my life, just like I'm not going to focus on my running for the rest of my life. But I do like to go through periods where I focus on one, typically more than the other. Normally, I would say probably 80% of the year I focus more on my strength, and then 20% is based for races, which this is only my third race, I think, for the entire year, and we're getting ready to go into October. So I think that says a lot. So those are kind of answering the questions that I get right now. I am not running as much because I do have a pretty solid foundation when it comes to my cardiovascular health and endurance. I don't have to go out and run 5 days a week to be able to train for a half marathon. I really train, Saturdays are my really heavy days, my long runs, and then I'll try to get 1 to 2 really focused runs in during the week, which will range between 3 to 5 miles. So it's nothing crazy. I'm not getting any insane miles in when it comes to running, but I do try to stay on my feet as long as possible, whether it's between my workouts or training at the studio, because that's equally important too for prepping for a half marathon or any kind of race really. So hopefully that answers your question. I have about 10 minutes before I have to go in and train at the studio, but I will see you guys inside. And which leg gets bent in? Left. Yep. Right leg gets out straight. Open those legs nice and tight. Flex your right foot. Tighten your thigh. Hand out to the side. And then slide it down to 45 degrees. Keep that arm nice and straight. And push up to your elbow. Keep it straight. Keep that foot flat on the ground. And push up to the palm of your hand. Okay? Make sure your knee, you want to push it out. Don't let it cave in, just like you're doing a squat. And then push your hips up and drag that knee back. There you go. Unswipe that leg so you're in a straight lunge. And stand it up. Nice. Now someone tell me what I do next. Slap the leg. Slap the leg. Right leg goes back. Lunge it back. Oh. Sweep that right foot in towards your left foot a little bit. Right thigh, hand goes down your right thigh. Hand gets placed right to the side of your knee. And kick it through. Lower to your butt cheek. To your elbow. To your back. And lower down. Okay, so it is now 12:54. I'm just now walking in the door. Finished kettlebell clinic. I've just made my lunch, which is a big old smoothie, which this time I'm using this flavored peanut butter company, powdered peanut butter salted caramel crunch. I am very excited to try this. Here's the macros on that. I'll let you guys know what I think, but I'm gonna dig in and then I'm gonna take a shower because it's time. This is, whew. It's been a rough morning. It's time to get showered up. I'm gonna make some balls and it's game day. So yeah, that's what's on the agenda. Anybody else prop their food up on a pillow in order to eat it? This is pretty much my standard lunch position. But as far as that powdered peanut butter, it's freaking good. Next question I wanna know. Do you use a spoon for your smoothies or do you just down them with a straw or straight out of a cup? I'm always a spoon person. I like mine super thick. Okay, now it's time to eat this and then go shower. Okay, so let's do a real quick recap so far of what's gone on today. I ran a lot. Then I had to teach kettlebell clinic at our studio. Then I came home and I cooked or made a whole bunch of protein balls. But that's not all that I made. I also made a whole bunch of overnight oats, banana nut bread with chocolate chips in it, and y'all, this is the best part. I made my protein dark chocolate brownies with sea salt on top. So yeah, so far I am at like over 28,000 steps. It's been a crazy day. I'm getting ready to start dinner and then pour a glass of wine. And let's see, what kind of wine am I drinking? This guy was on sale. I buy cans all the time because I don't drink a bottle of wine and it goes bad, so I just buy cans for myself. And then I've got a flank steak that I am marinating right now, and I've got some Brussels sprouts that we needed to use up, so I've got them quartered, and I'm gonna put those in the air fryer. And then that's gonna be it. I'm gonna have my brownie for dessert tonight, but all in all, I'm gonna call it a night, you guys. It's been a super busy day, and I hope that you guys enjoyed going along with me.